Yeah, hello. I am going to do another run through. This time right here, I will show you the general HTML directory. I think in the past I showed it to you, so I was gonna do a quick pass on that. But the new feature will be the attributes right here. So once you uh, create a XML file, a book, or a chapter, it goes. The information are inside the tags, and so like a page. So these are like paragraph tags. So page is XML, HTML, but the chapter is HTML, and so you have it here. And in the book, it's it goes by naming convention. So the naming convention is either book, chapter, or page as a header, and then you have unique ID and a version ID, and then I'll show you correspond to the actual file, right? So if you go to the GTML directory of the working directory of Eclipse, you have a particular file like book. It has a naming convention. The dot separates the three groups. The first is a header tag. The second is a unique ID, and the third is an iteration number. The book shouldn't have any iteration number, but the chapter and the page have it. It has to be unique. So there should be some sort of error checking through annotation that require you to make sure there's some edge condition. Like for that, what happens if you skip uh, skip an edition number, or maybe it should be padded with two zeros or not. It should be parsing information to make sure that you could remove the significant number, so it doesn't look like a hash to a string as a key value, right? If you look into the book internally, it's just XML information right here. I'll add more features to it, like if it's optional or not. Into maybe there's a help tab that they'll look into the feature, and then more error detection. Maybe if it's empty right here, I'll give you a warning like that. So now I'm gonna put in more effort to explain to you what is an entry and what's a path. In a computer, you have a file, and you maybe right click on a file. You have property information of file, like time, date, and and you have color to have different attributes. In Java, you have a path. All files, URI as well as file, are single entity. A path. A path contains a root directory, which is collection of multiple paths, right here. So if book history is a path, then the root directory have like one, two, three, four, five, six, seven path in a collection. That could be parsed into a collection. So so that's a path, and so in Plastic Tornado, this system right here, it's called entry. Entry it's like a path, but it goes by naming convention, and so it extracts these naming convention to right here. The reason why it's important, because I'm going to segue into talking about parallel virtual machines. And so a parallel virtual machine, it's basically an entry annotation. Annotation or extra information, the dot file at the same directory, embedded in the directory. And so then you have an entry, which is a machine entry, right? And so machine entry allows you to process parallel information statically or dynamically. Statically, it's you could there's timestamp information in the dot files that you could parse remotely at a different time. It's not integrated into a virtual machine. Dynamically, it's the real processing. So theoretically, if you look at SD card, an SD card as machine entry, then let's say you want to do a matrix a multiplication, and then each SD card will be one machine entry, right? And that you could theoretically just ship it UPS to somewhere and use another computer to statically process the information as a node, and so that works too. So it allows basically allows your resource it doesn't have to take up parallel computing doesn't mean you have to have infinite computing resource. You can have disk space statically as a resource as a node that could be processed offline. So it's you can leverage different type of resource available. With that, I will post this online and I'll see you next version.